Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got another tool review. I got a nice crate here. Now, keeping things honest, I've had it actually for the last 2.5 months. We were doing a reno at home and we were doing a reno in the shop. We just got the shop back to being somewhat organized, and now I have got some time to open this guy up. So we'll get her open and we'll take a look, and you'll get to see what it is. We need a screwdriver, I think, to pop these guys open. That one's too big. There you go, guys. It's packaged really well. Nice solid crate. Very nice. So let's continue opening up this crate, and we'll go from there. So guys, I've got her uncased. They package this thing absolutely amazing. Great way of shipping this out. There's a little bit of oil on it. I know that they pre-oil it to make sure it doesn't rust during shipping or storage. I gave it a little bit of a wipe down just to clean it up a bit. So what we need to do now is we've got a reservoir here, and this has got to be mounted. They put the bracket on. You can move the bracket if need be. I'm going to be okay on where it's at. We'll have these cut and put onto that. Now there's fittings that go on here. It's not really high pressure, so we won't have to put any Teflon tape or any sealant of any sort. We'll get these tightened up, and then we'll get this lid mounted to that bracket. Let me just get an adjustable. Actually, it's pretty straightforward. Put them in there, and we'll tighten them down. So basically this is a water separator or catch basin for water that comes out of the unit. It has an automatic dispensing feature, so it'll drain the water. The two filters that you see on top, one is an oil filter and the other is a water separator. When they first made these compressors, I know they had some issues with water in the oil reservoir with this tank here. But by adding that, they fixed it. And it is supposedly to work quite well. Nice and snug. Come on now. There we go. Nice and snug. Got a little bit of a kink in it. Let's not get rid of that. And we got our clamps. Throw a clamp on there. There we go. Nice. Put that. Now this is not high pressure, guys. At least I don't think it is. So it doesn't have to be torqued, and I'm pretty sure it's not. But it's snug enough that it's not going to pop off. There we go. Okay guys, so the cord's all wired up. The plug that I'm using is a little beefier than that's required for this unit, but that's okay. That's what I had, so that's what I used. There are instructions on a lot of these plugs that you buy will tell you what color goes where, okay? I didn't show you because I'm not a licensed electrician. Although I do know how to, it's best to look it up and see how to do it properly, okay guys? I am going to use an extension cord right now that I use for the welder, just because my electrician hasn't finished our upgrade on, if I can get this unplugged, our power supply here in the shop. That was one of the rentals that we were doing. We ran conduit and everything. So now I don't recommend using long extension cord with a compressor, especially when she's pulling quite a bit of power. So let's plug that in. I'm excited to see this thing run. I'm hoping that the extension cord is not going to give us a hard time. Just going to plug it in behind the camera here. Oh, okay, it was on already. Okay, so my valve's on and underneath, shut-off valve for the tank is on. Let me just go underneath and take a look. Okay. Okay, now that's off. Okay, that's off. Let's try it again. What we'll do is we'll let it fill up and we'll check for leaks. Takes about 3 minutes or so to fill. Wow, that's quiet, guys. That's going to be a joy to work inside this shop and have all the air we need. Wow, so happy with how loud that is. What I'll do for you guys is I'll do a comparison. I'll take out the other compressor and we'll plug it in and I'll show you guys the difference. You'll be shocked. So guys, it was about 3 minutes. She's full. There's no hissing, no visual leaks anywhere. I'm confident that it's not going to leak. I'll do a release check for us. We're showing our PSI, well over 100. We got a check valve. Let's let a little air out and see what happens. See if I can get it. There we go. We got her started up again. Nice. Doesn't vibrate. It's pretty quiet. It's actually very quiet. So I'm going to pull out the other compressor and we'll do a comparison just so you guys can hear. So this is roughly about 60 dB. The other one's going to shoot over 100 and something for sure. But let me grab that other one. Now, what the hissing that you hear right now, it's a check valve, so when it hits pressure, it releases it. Now, this is my other unit. This was a great compressor. I had it for years, worked really, really well. The only issue I had with this guy was how loud it was in comparison. So I'll wait for that hissing to stop. And of course, it didn't give me enough air. It was a major problem. Especially with the sandblasting cabinet. I was okay with painting, but the blasting cabinet did not work well. All right. Now I have the valve open underneath for drainage, but let me give you a comparison. Now that's loud. There you go. Comparison. This is why I invested the money into something like that. Not only for the pressure and the air demand that I require, but also for my own health, my ears. I don't have to walk around with earplugs. So, as you can see, I'm cutting the bench. So, the game plan is to be able to get that compressor under that bench easily. So what's happening right now, if I don't cut it, I have to actually tip the compressor to get it under the rail. Am I happy I'm cutting that? Not so much. But I've got a solution for that to make it stronger and look better. I do want to be able to take the compressor out to service it without having any issues. Don't want to tip it over. It is top heavy, so not a fan of that idea. So this should work. Let me grab a plier. 1 second, guys. I got it outside. So yeah, it should make life easier to roll in. I did measure it out. I'm going to cut that out. Then I'll go from the back side and do the same. Maybe what I'll do is I'll cut it from the front. Let me cut this one first. Still pretty strong. But we should be able to get that right in there now. So, off camera, what I did is I had an extra piece of this beam. And what I did is I cut it so we can actually make a plate. And what I'll do is rig nut into this, or one here, one at the bottom, and that'll cover that up, and that'll be just perfect. I don't think we'll have any issues. And it'll add a little bit more rigidity to the table, and we should be okay. Now that should fit in there perfectly. So what I'm going to do is we'll do a quick test run, make sure that it fits, but I'm pretty sure it's going to. Only thing I can do is take this air filter off. Let's take it for a little drive and see. Plug or take the brake off. Go right in. we are, guys. She's in there nice. And what it'll do is it'll allow me to remove it and have accessible to the whole thing. This has got to go in a little bit further, but you can just see. I had it tucked in there further the last time. Yeah. All right, let's see if I can. Oh, what did I do? What did I smack? Smack something. I didn't break anything. Oh, there she is. She's rolling. There we go. We're good. Happy with that. Now it should be easy to pull this guy out. Okay, so that's where I'm having my issue. Alright, so we got to take off a little extra off of this guy in order to get it to come through properly without me having to push it too hard. That's okay. That's fine. Take a little bit more off of that guy. And we should be good. Okay guys, so I've got her all cleaned up. Let's hopefully my measurements are good. They are perfect. I'll lock this guy. And what we want to do is just make sure we're in a good spot. Okay guys, so I've got a couple of clamps out. What we're going to do is put this guy in. Make sure he's lined up properly, and it is. What I'll do is I'll clamp it. Place, and we'll pre-draw. Then we'll put the rib nuts in. I got a couple of 6mm bolts ready to rock and roll, so we should be good. Okay, so there she goes. There's the plate. And what we did, I don't know if you can see underneath there, there's the screws at the bottom. Okay, and there's the air filter or water filter with the valve control. All right, so let's put this where it's supposed to go and hope that everything clears, and let's see how it goes. There you go. She cleared everything beautifully. I have access to the on and off switch down there. I have access to the pressure valve. I have access to that. Beautiful. Okay, let's get the plate back on and we'll see what it looks like with the plate on. Okay, let's get this plate back on. wrong drill. Where did I put it now? Right there. Tighten up this bottom one. I'm not going to try to over torque it. There we go. Well, guys, I got her in. Happy on the way it looks. Happy it's nice and straight. We gotta actually, one thing I gotta put back on is the air filter, which is here. Let me screw that back on. I might be able to get away with leaving it on now. There we go. Sweet. Very, very happy with that. I think so. That could be pushed in. Okay. Now that's good. There we go. Very good. And accessibility to that. Yeah, beautiful. So guys, quite happy with the compressor. I haven't put it to work yet, but I will, definitely. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this segment. Please consider subscribing, it'll truly help me out. And if you like, give me a thumbs up.